Hi everyone, I'm Kelsie and welcome back to my channel Connecting with Spirit. So in today's video I am going to be doing an energy reading, an energy forecast for the week of the 2nd of December until the 8th of December 2024. And before I tune into the energy and all the rest of it and channel, we are still in the energy of the new moon, which was yesterday, the 1st of December. So this week will be heavily impacted by that energy. If you want to know more about the energy of the full moon or the new moon specifically, feel free to check out my Instagram, Empower Goddess Healing. You can find the link below in the caption because I've done an energy reading on the new moon there. And yeah, so that's the first thing to say about the energy for this week. And I'm just going to ask my healing team of light to connect me into the energy of the week now, please. So we can check in and see what we all need to know, what the collective needs to know and be aware of for this week. So just going to ask my healing team of light to connect me into the energy of the week. Connect me into the energy of the week. Connect me into the energy of the week, please. Thank you. And asking for the collective, what is it that we need to know for this week? What is it we need to be aware of? What is the energy looking like for this week, the 2nd until the 8th of December 2024, please? So the first thing that is coming to me, as I was just saying about the new moon, so new moons are all about new beginnings, and this one is no exception. It was on the 1st of the month, number 1 also being a new beginning in numerology, so it is highly charged for new beginnings. Excuse me. So you might feel like that there's a lot of closure going around happening for you at this time, whether it's old projects coming to an end, friendships, relationships, you're just sort of tying up loose ends, things are coming to a close in order to wrap up the old so you can have that space to bring in a new beginning, something new starting for you. So this can be across the board. It can be totally different things. So this is a general energy read, so I'm not going to get specific, but it will be a new beginning specific to you, which could be a new job. It could be financial situation, some sort of new beginning. Maybe you're starting a new project. Maybe there's a new friendship. Maybe your life is going through a rebirth right now. Whatever this new beginning looks like for you, something is coming in this week around this new beginning, and it could also be not just one thing, it could be multiple things as well. So that's the first thing to say for the energy for the week. Thank you. So I'm also hearing surprises for this week. The energy of surprise is coming in. I also heard that it's something that you're not expecting, which is generally what a surprise is. Something that you're not expecting. I didn't really get any other information about what in relation to the surprise is about, but it just feels like there is something that's going to happen this week that you're not expecting. I'm just going to check if it's like a good surprise or a shocking surprise or a bad one. Okay, so I'm hearing more details. So they're saying it's a good surprise and has to do with your finances. So that's lovely. Who doesn't love a good surprise when it comes to money or your financial situation? So that is what I'm feeling. There's some sort of lovely surprise that's going to unfold for you this week in relation to your finances. Thank you very much. So I'm also hearing something about navigating troubled waters. So this means emotionally, something might happen this week that kind of stirs up your emotions. That maybe makes you feel a bit triggered, like your emotional waters are a bit in chaos, and you had to work through them and navigate these sort of tumultuous waters. I don't know what the situation is exactly. I'm feeling it has to do with a relationship of some kind, friendship, partnership, family, these sorts of things. But you will be navigating troubled waters this week. And if that happens, to just connect in with yourself, to tune in with yourself and your heart. I find it's always beneficial to get out into nature if you're finding that your emotional waters are very turbulent and chaotic, to just ground yourself and bring yourself back into balance. Nature is very good, and also connecting in with your heart as well, and connecting in with yourself, your soul, and asking yourself what you're feeling, acknowledging the emotions and processing them out. Also hearing about regulating your nervous system as well, because some of you might be quite triggered and your nervous system, you come out of being regulated, so you go into a dysregulated state of hyperarousal or hypoarousal, either or. It could be for you, to just notice that when that happens, and to bring yourself back into a state of emotional regulation as soon as possible. So the technique I like to use is the heart breathing, which I will put down in the description box below, but there are many different ways that you can do this. It's simply a matter of finding the way that works best for you. So just be aware of that, to again tune into yourself and ask yourself what's the best thing that you can do to bring yourself back into regulation, to support yourself emotionally, whatever it might be. I'm also hearing you might need to seek support, whatever way that looks like for you, either spiritual support or actually someone in the physical, if you need to talk to a trusted friend, whoever it might be, a psychiatrist, psychologist, spiritual teacher, healer, whatever the case may be. Oh my goodness, my communication. But you know, by now, still in Mercury retrograde, and the energy of December is all about miscommunication, so please bear with me as I try to communicate these messages to you with some difficulty, but however, so to seek support if you need it, if you're going through an emotionally troubled waters or turbulent time, because I'm just feeling like something might crop up this week that really triggers you and puts you into that state of dysregulation, that nervous system dysregulation. So very important to bring yourself back as soon as you notice that that's what's happening, to get out into nature and to connect in with your emotions and sit with yourself and try and process them out. Sometimes easier said than done, and to seek support if you need it. Thank you. Okay, so I'm also hearing, so this new moon in relation to new beginnings. I think I also did mention it, but for some of you, it might be a rebirth of you, in that you're evolving into a new version of yourself, or your life might be rebirthing. It just depends on where you are at on your journey, but I'm hearing the energy for this week is about rebirth, some sort of rebirth occurring. I'm also hearing, because I always get messages from the universe through animals, that if you've been seeing bats lately, bats are a sign or an omen of rebirth, so to keep an eye out for that. If you see bats, that is a message or an omen from the universe signaling to you that you're about to go through a rebirth at some stage, and the energy this week is very much about rebirth, for sure, to just be aware of that. and when a rebirth happens, so you can have old things coming to a close, but there can also be the presence of death energy. And I did talk about this in my post on Instagram, and the death energy can actually be quite scary when it comes up. It's like random, it can appear as like random thoughts about death out of the blue, or you're just feeling this sort of death energy, and it can be quite scary if you're not sure what it's about, because you can feel like you're gonna die type thing. But this is just the death energy making itself known, its presence known, so you can acknowledge that, so you know, okay, an old part of myself is dying, oh no, part of my life is dying, something is coming to a close, things are wrapping up to make way for that rebirth. Do seek support if you find that energy really difficult, because it can be quite scary. If you need it, to talk to someone about it. But yeah, Spirit just wanted me to highlight that for you, to be aware of that death energy, to acknowledge its presence, and it's a good thing, because it just means that old things are closing out for you to make way for this new rebirth, whatever way that will look like for you, in terms of you being reborn, or an aspect of you being reborn, or different parts of your life being reborn. It'll just differ and depend on you and where you're at in your journey. So yeah, very interesting energy. Thank you very much, Spirit. Okay, it was just checking in to see if there's anything else, and I think that's it for the energy of the week. So really interesting energies this week. It seems like there are some tough energies to work through, so just to be aware of that and do what you need to do in order to support yourself through them. And other than that, please do let me know if these messages resonate with you by leaving me a comment down below. And thank you so much for being here, for tuning in. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.